Welcome to my dear student. So today we are going to discussing about NEET physics previous year question and answer. So today's our topic is electrostatic. So very first question is question number 1. A spherical conductor of radius 10 cm has a charge of 3.2 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb distributed uniformly. What is the magnitude of electric field at a point 15 cm from the center of the sphere? So consider it is a sphere and its radius is r, and if we take a point P at outside and the distance is r, then electric field inside the spherical conductor E is 0 always, and outside E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. If q is charge, total charge distributed uniformly on the surface of the spherical conductor. So now in the question, charge 3.2 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb is given, and the distance r is 15 centimeter. It is equals to 15 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. Now question is, what is the magnitude of electric field at a point 15 centimeter from the center of the sphere? So E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. It is equals to 9 into 10 to the power 9 into q. This is 3.2 into 10 to the power minus 7 divided by 15 into 10 to the power minus 2 square equals 9 into 10 to the power 9 into 3.2 into 10 to the power minus 7 divided by 2 to 5 into 10 to the power minus 4 is equals to, after simplification we will get 0.128 into 10 to the power, this is 6. This is equals to 1.28 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per coulomb. Okay. Next question is question number 2. In a certain region of space with volume 0.2 meter cube, the electric potential is found to be 5 volt throughout. The magnitude of electric field in this region is. So dear student, a region of volume is given us which is 0.2 meter cube. The electric potential is found to be, V is found to be 5 volt throughout the volume. Then what we have to find out? The magnitude of electric field in this region. So E is equals to, we know, minus dV by dr. Throughout the region, V is equals to 5 volt, which is constant. So this is equals to 0. So our answer is 0. Next question is question number 3. A short electric dipole has a dipole moment 16 into 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb meter, the electric potential due to the dipole at a point at a distance of 0.6 meter from the center of the dipole situated on a line making an angle of 60 degree with the dipole axis. So solution is, suppose consider it is a dipole q1 minus q1 and minus q1 plus q. It is the dipole center, and from the dipole center at r distance p point is located and which make angle theta with the dipole axis. Then the potential at point P, V, is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P cos theta by R square. Now in the question which given P is equals to 16 into 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb meter. Also given R is equals to 0.6 meter and theta is also given, which is the 60 degree. Now putting the value P, R and theta here, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, which is 9 into 10 to the power 9, value of P is 16 into 10 to the power minus 9 cos theta, which is cos 60 degree divided by 0.6 whole square. It is equals to 10 to the power plus 9, 10 to the minus 9 goes cancel. 9 into 16 into this is cos 60 means half. 0.6 whole square, this is 0.36. Now after simple calculation we will get this is 100, 9, this is 4, this is 4, this is 2, so 200 volt. Okay. Next question is question number 4. The capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor with air as medium is 6 microfarad. With the introduction of dielectric medium, the capacitance becomes 30 microfarad. The permittivity of the medium is. So solution is, we know when the parallel plate capacitor without dielectric, that means inside air is filled, then C is equals to epsilon naught A by D. A is the area of the plate, D is the separation between the two parallel plate capacitor. And when inside the two parallel plate capacitor dielectric is completely filled, then capacitance become K epsilon naught A by D, where K is the dielectric constant of the medium. Now C dash by C is equals to, from these two equation we get this is K. In the question C is given, it is the capacitance between the two parallel plate capacitor when air is the air as medium. It is 6 microfarad and dielectric medium is introduced, then capacitance become C dash is equals to 30 microfarad. Now K is equals to 30 by 6, it is 5. Now we know dielectric constant K is permittivity of the medium to the permittivity of the free space. it is equals to 5. Now what we have to find out? The permittivity of the medium. This is epsilon m is equals to what? So now epsilon m is equals to 5 into epsilon naught. We know the value of the epsilon naught, 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12, and unit is Coulomb square per Newton meter square. Okay, it is equals to 44.2 into 10 to the power minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton meter square. It is equals to 44 approximately into 10 to the power minus 10 Coulomb square per Newton meter square. 44 into 10 to the power minus 4, 0.44, 0.4, 0.44 into 10 to the power minus 10, 0.44 into 10 to the minus 10 Coulomb square per Newton meter square. So option B is the right answer. Alright, so now we are going to next question. Next question is question number 5. A hollow metal sphere of radius r is uniformly charged. Okay, the electric field due to the sphere at distance r from the center is depend how? So first of all, I make here a diagram. This is a sphere and it is the center O and it is the radius and it is the distance r. Now if we draw the diagram, electric field E versus R, then at the surface of the sphere electric field is E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square, where Q is the charge uniformly distributed over the surface. Now R is the distance from the center. When R is increases, then graph shows like that. If R is increases, E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square, and inside this sphere E is equals to always 0. At the surface its value is E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by capital R square, which is the radius of the sphere, and outside point at R distance it vary is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. So option C is right answer. The electric field due to sphere at a distance r from the center 0 as r increases for r less than r, small r less than r, that means in between r, it is the inside the sphere, so it is always 0, and outside the sphere it is decreases as r increases for r greater than capital R. So option C is the right answer. Next question is question number 6. 2 point charges A and B having charges plus Q and minus Q respectively are placed at certain distance apart and force acting between them is F. If 20% charge of A is transferred to B, then force between the charges become. So let's see. Suppose case 1, it is the two charges. This is charge 1, this is charge B, and the distance between them is r, we consider. So the force between them is F, and F is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. The charge is plus Q and this is minus Q charge. This is Q1 Q2 by R square. So minus Q square by R square. So it is the force between the two charges, and the force is negative. It means that the force is attractive in nature according to the Coulomb's law. Now case 2. Case 2, it says that if 25% charge of A is transferred, that means this is A, this is B point, distance is R. Now this charge QA is now equals to Q minus Q by 4, that is 25% charge is reduced here, and at QB it added, so Q plus minus Q plus, actually it is plus Q and it is minus Q, so it is reduced Q by 4 and it is increased plus Q by 4. So minus Q by minus Q plus Q by 4. It is equals to 3Q by 4. It is equals to minus 3Q by 4. So new force F dash is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. So this is 9 by 16 minus Q square divided by R square. So it is equals to 9 by 16 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught minus Q square by R square, and it is equals to F. So 9 by 16 F. In the question, if 25% charge of A is transferred to B, then force between the charges become 9 by 6 times of initial. So answer C is the right answer. Okay. Next question is two parallel infinite line charges with linear charge densities plus lambda coulomb per meter and minus lambda coulomb per meter are placed at a distance of 2r in free space. What is the electric field midway between the two line charges? The question is asked NEET 2019. So let's see here solution. Suppose consider it is parallel plate. This is plus lambda charge density. It is minus lambda charge density. This is plate number 1. This is plate number 2. And the separation between them is 2r. So midpoint is the midpoint here. So it is the r distance and it is the r distance. So midpoint is at r distance from both two plates. For this parallel plate, electric field direction is this way. This is E1 outside, and this is negatively charged. For that plate also electric field this direction. This is E2 vector. Now plate 1 and plate 2 is charge density lambda, also it is lambda. So the magnitude of E1 and E2 also same. E1 is equals to E2 and the magnitude is equals to lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught into r. We know the formula. Here small r is the capital R distance. So E, total electric field. Here question is asked, what is the electric field midway between the two line charges? So it is equals to E1 plus E2. This is equals to lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught r plus lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught r. It is equals to lambda by pi epsilon naught r. Unit is Newton per Coulomb. So right answer is option D, lambda by pi epsilon naught r Newton per Coulomb. Next question is question number 8. Two metal spheres, one of radius r and other of radius 2r respectively, have the same surface charge density sigma. They are brought in contact and separated. What will be the new surface charge densities on them? So solution is here. So first of all, we consider two spheres. They have same surface charge density and radius r 2r, which is given in the question. Now we consider total charge distributed over the sphere of first sphere is q1, and for second sphere the total charge distributed over the sphere is q2. Now before contact, q1 is sigma into 4 pi r square, q2 is sigma into 4 pi 2 r square. So which is 4 into sigma into 4 pi r square. We can write. Now after contact, when we contact these two spheres, then charge is redistributed and the process is continue till they get same potential. Now after contact, the charge is q1 dash and q2 dash. We know that charge is conserved. So after contact the two spheres, also the total charge will equals to q1 plus q2. This is equals to sigma 4 pi r square, and 4 sigma 4 pi r square, this is the 5 into sigma 4 pi r square, and we give it equation number 1. Now as the charge is flow one sphere to another sphere, and the process is continue till they get same potential difference. As after contact they will in same potential difference, so the potential of the first sphere will be k q1 dash by r is equals to k q2 dash by 2r. This is the potential of the second. So after contact the potential become same. So from this we can write q2 dash is equals to 2 q1 dash. Now from equation 1, putting the value of q2 dash, q2 dash is equals to 2 q1 dash, so we will get 3 q1 dash is equals to 5 into sigma 4 pi r square. Now q1 dash is equals to 5 by 3 sigma 4 pi r square. This will be. Now surface charge density after contact sigma 1 is equals to q1 dash by surface area 4 pi r square Now q1 dash is equals to 5 by 3 sigma 4 pi r square. So 4 pi r square, 4 pi r square get cancelled. So sigma 1 is equals to 5 by 3 sigma. And similarly, when we put from equation 1 the value of q1, which is half q2 and q2, this is 3 by 2 q2 dash, it is equals to 5 sigma 4 pi r square. So q2 dash is equals to 10 by 3 sigma 4 pi r square. Now sigma 2 is equals to q2 dash by 4 pi 2 r square. This is equals to 10 by 3 sigma by 4. Now 5 by c sigma. So sigma is 5 by 3 sigma. Sigma 2 is 5 by 6 sigma. So option D is the right answer. Okay. Next question is question number 9. Two identical capacitors C1 and C2 of equal capacitance are connected, shown in the circuit. Terminals A and terminal B of the key are connected to charge the capacitor using battery of the EMF V volt. This is battery V volt. Now disconnecting AB, the terminals BC are connected. Okay. Due to this, what will be the percentage loss of energy? In that case, we know this question is asked in NEET 2019. We know that energy loss in that case is half C1 C2 divided by C1 plus C2 into V square. But here C1 C2 of equal capacitance, so we can write C1 equals to C2 equals to C. So this is equals to half C square divided by 2C into V square is equals to half. This is half C V square, and we know that half C V square, this is half into energy E. Okay, so energy loss is 50%. We can write, so 50% is the answer. Now percentage of loss of energy equals to loss of energy by initial energy into 100% is equals to half into 100% is equals to 50%. So 50% is the loss of the energy. Okay. Next question is question number 10, which is asked in NEET 2018. An electron falls from rest through a vertical distance h in a uniform and vertically upward directed electric field E. Okay. This is vertically upward directed electric field, and an electron is falling from rest downward, so it get accelerated downward direction because upward direction is the direction of the electric field. Okay, the direction of the electric field is now reversed. Now direction of electric field is reversed, keeping its magnitude same. Okay, electric field magnitude is same. Here a proton is allowed to fall from rest in it through same vertical distance h. Okay, now proton is falling into the electric field. Then also it accelerated this direction. Okay, to the same vertical distance h, the time of fall of electron in comparison to the time of fall of the proton. So this is the height h, this is the height h. Now we know that F is equals to QE, and again we know F is equals to MA. By combining those we get F is equals to QE by M. This is the acceleration. Mass of electron is less than mass of proton. Electron and proton both fall from rest, so U is equals to 0 here. Now we know S is equals to UT plus half A T square. Now H is equals to half A T square. Now T is equals to root over 2H by A, which is equals to root over 2HM by Q E. Therefore T proportional to root over M. As mass of the proton is greater than that of the mass of the electron, as time is directly proportional to the mass, so electron has lesser mass than the proton, so electron take smaller time. Question is asked the time of fall of electron in comparison to the time of fall of the proton is, so it is the smaller. Thank you.